SVG's Kristian Hernandez here for Sports Video Group. I have the pleasure to speak with Chanan Averbuch, EVP of the Americas for Primeview. Chanan, how you doing?
Thank God. Thank God. Happy to be here. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Of course. So it looks like you're in a tropical island, but where are you actually reporting from?
So happy to say I'm not in New York today.
Oh,
That's the first step. It's quite a war zone, unfortunately, right now over there.
Yeah.
But I am in Boca Raton, Florida, as we speak.
Nice. Okay, so not so far from the beach that you're virtually at, right?
Correct.
Cool. All right, so we'll jump right in. Primeview, is a very big supplier of a lot of LED displays and external displays in the college industry for in terms of lobbies, in terms of concourses and all that jazz. What is the recent product announcements, releases you guys have up your sleeve right now at Primeview?
Yeah, so there's been definitely an interesting trend, that started definitely before even the coronavirus, where video is becoming more and more of a key component to how the fan engagement is working in this professional side, to even the collegiate side, for recruiting purposes, of how you get that top talent and how you keep that top talent at your university. So the technology that we've been deploying for the last 20 years has still been consistent. The only difference really is the technology, the cost itself has come down, and the finer pixel pitches, coming from the 10, 20, the lower density LEDs, now getting to the higher density LEDs, more and more demand now for fine pixel pitch, because now you have, where the price points are making sense, even for press conferences, where major universities, football programs, baseball, want to be able to have a display right behind you that can do something digitally. For sponsorship purposes, for replay purposes, or even sometimes repurposed for Coach's Corner. And that's something that's been a big focus for us. So moving away from just the ribbon side or the fascia or the scoreboards or the center hung is understanding the need in the marketplace for something flexible that can be multi-purposed and multifaceted. So we created not long ago, and this has been a big push of ours internally, because the price point is good, for these flexible spaces where we have actually a foldable version that can be on the fly, brought to an event, used for a press conference, and then repurposed for signage and repurposed again for Coach's Corner, et cetera. So it's been a big push for us, that product, for example.
Okay. So you mentioned coronavirus. Unfortunately, it's something that's kind of taking over the whole entire world by storm.
Yeah.
You make a lot of stuff for in-person to keep that recruit interested or whoever interested. But now that we're going kind of towards a virtual world, is there kind of a shift? How are you guys navigating this current pandemic that we're dealing with right now?
So, the reality is, from a global perspective, is that this is going to be an impactful to the economy. It's an impactful recruiting. It's going to be impactful for the next, I would say, 3 to 6 months. Mm-hmm. But the planning cycle of a new stadium like the Raiders, or a collegiate stadium in Arizona for professional, or or just D1 team or baseball, whatever it is, these things are 1 year, 2 years, 3 years in planning process. So the reality is, whether you're a university in Atlanta or one in Dubai, the reality is you have a planning process, and it may go and be 3 to 6 months later than what they planned. But most of these projects are still moving forward, because let's be honest, the economy was good before then. The economy is going to become better after that. It's going to be resilient there. The government's really pushing hard. So from a political perspective, I think everybody's being impacted in the short term. But long term, I think that the growth in all industries related to sports are going to continue to grow. Entertainment is going to continue to grow. Just the precautions that we're going to have to take to get people to feel safe to be there is what's going to change.
Sure. Okay.
And there's no better way to do that than fan engagement and digital signage messaging to make people feel safe again. Again, if you have Purell, great. Now you have more Purell.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of moving forward, any messaging that you'd want to send to the industry in terms of advice to kind of navigate the situation, or things you have kind of up the pipeline?
Sure. I think that it's very important, obviously, to have secure grounds that people don't feel like they're in danger to be somewhere, number one. But most importantly is that there is this phase now that we're in related to the virus, that there's a real threat, there's real concern, and those are all legitimate. And people have to take the government, what they say, seriously, and stay home as much as they can and do virtual. But there is going to be a time in 3 to 6 months from now where this does fizzle out, and it's important to go and support your teams the same way that these NBA players are stepping up to go and pay for, the concession guys who are month to month or day to day, that we also, as fan base, we also, as technology people, have to step up and say, life's going to go on, sports will go on, recruits will go on, and life will go on as we know it. So a lot of people right now are temporarily hitting the brakes and saying, no, the project's not done. The project's not happening. It's just being delayed. And when those floodgates open, I think it's very important to everybody to understand is that in order for the economy, in order for people to feel safe, everybody's got to step in. If you know about somebody who lost a job, help them find one. If you know somebody who's super talented that you could bring on as a freelancer, help get that freelancer that job. I mean, it's all about honestly you're looking not just at yourself, but looking for other people and trying to help other people out. I mean, that's key.
Sure. Never a selflessness, because, you're right. We're going to return to normal at some point, but in the meanwhile, kind of help out. So, Chanan, I appreciate the time, man. Stay safe. Enjoy the warm weather when you can in isolation, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, Chanan? Appreciate it.
Social distancing.
Exactly. Now, for more of these SportsTech On Demand videos, please stay tuned to our YouTube channel as well as our website at sportsvideo.org.